Hi, hi. Hello, I'm live. Amazing. Hi, I just thought I would pop in with a little impromptu live to talk about how to hold yourself in your expansion. And yeah, I am now sold out in my one-to-ones, which is super exciting. And I've had to make some adjustments so that I can really hold myself in the very best energy for my clients, but also for myself. And I've had to make some little tweaks, some shifts, some changes as I'm moving myself into multiple six-figure and seven-figure energy. So I'm just wanted to share this because, um, yeah, because I hadn't really kind of clocked it before, how you need to make adjustments as you go. And moving into six figures is different to moving into seven figures. And there needs to be like a much bigger kind of energetic balance. And yeah, I'm just kind of like learning all of this, and I wanted to express it and share it in case it's helpful to you. So um, I have now a lot more international clients, particularly clients in the US. So what I was finding is that my calendar was really chock-a-block from like 10 a.m. all the way through to 7, and it was like, this is not sustainable. And I was still showing up for my clients, but I wasn't really showing up fully for myself. And that is obviously the most important thing, because it needs to be sustainable, it needs to be joyful, it needs to be fun. So I made some adjustments with my calendar so that I was no longer working in the mornings. And yeah, and then I worked through until, late afternoon, early evening, that kind of thing. But also I've made some real changes to my mornings, to my evenings, and in between sessions as well, which is really important because when we think about becoming six figures or beyond, like it can feel like, how on earth am I going to hold that? How on earth can I like expand into that space without feeling really, really overwhelmed and without feeling like drained and like I have nothing else to give? So I wanted to bring in some tips on how you can support yourself to really expand in that space and open up to more and more and more without shrinking and contracting and saying, actually, I can't hold anymore, which is what we don't want to do really. We want to be able to expand with our own growth. So if you're like in growth phase, then hopefully these tips will be really good for you. So block out some time in the morning to do your stuff, your special stuff, the stuff that's for you. For me, that's journaling, it's my mindset work, it's my exercise, it's moving my body, getting out in nature, all of those things that really kind of like align me with myself, with my goals, with my dreams. It's kind of getting me on track, in the whole kind of vibration, which is really cool. And like having a good chunk of time. So you might have heard me say before, but in the morning before I even open my eyes, I just have a little moment of like, okay, today I'm choosing me. I'm choosing to make this a fun, delicious, delightful, gorgeous, expansive day. I'm choosing that. And that in itself is like a really strong intention that kind of sets the tone for the whole day. So if you are running, I'm going to presume, right, that you're running a spiritual business online, because that's what I'm specifically going to be speaking about today. And running a spiritual business online is big energy. It's huge energy, and it's different from doing it in person as well. So it requires something different of us, and to be full of massive like energy for your clients so that they can feel the really juicy shifts and all the big transformations, we have to really top ourselves up first. So my mornings are all about looking out and feeling all the senses. So doing my journaling verbally on the beach, walking barefoot on the beach, going outside and doing a little bit of yoga on the grass, or just breathing in the fresh air. And feeling the life force of nature and the earth and all that is, like taking our or taking my energy and my eyesight outwards is really important to me. Otherwise, I'm just like staring at a screen all day, and it's like, oh, like, no, I need to be doing something else as well. So I'm really mindful of my mornings, of really like setting myself up for success, and also they're not all about business, you know, like I might do something else completely different, but it feels really nourishing and gorgeous to me. Also, having time off where you are off, not time off where you're still thinking about your business, you're still like pootling away at doing things. Like there needs to be some time that is completely off, that is really replenishing and nourishing and just gorgeous for your soul, and yeah, just brings you back to yourself, which is so good. Yeah, what else did I say? Yeah, get smart on your systems. This is something really important. Get smart on your systems and get organized so that you have all things in one place, and that you're not, being inefficient with your time. This is really important as you are growing and you're scaling, is to be really efficient and keeping things in one place, documenting things, making easy to find things, making it easy as well for you to be able to delegate things to your assistant, so that you are really like making everything as easy as possible. So setting yourself up for success. So wherever you are in your business, I really recommend doing that. And I just do everything in Google Docs. I find it really simple, and you can share your Google Docs, so it keeps things in one place, which is handy. So you don't have to overthink it. I'm not, particularly organised person. I'm certainly not really a techie person, but I just find just keeping things really orderly will make things much easier on your nervous system. So getting outside, getting in nature, engaging the senses. Like this is a big one. Like engaging smells and sounds and feelings, like feel the feelings and just engage all parts of yourself. This is really big. So so I have like a morning ritual where before I start my energy work, I open up the space, I'm saging, I'm bringing in intentions, I'm calling in energy for my guides, for my clients, energy and guides for my clients, and support and healing for them, and just kind of like I'm creating the space. So I'm setting up the boundaries, creating the space, bringing in the intention for like all the light and the love and the healing to happen. And then my working day, I am really, really being mindful now of when I have a break between clients, I do things a little bit differently. So I get outside, I get on my trampoline, I put on music. I again do that thing of looking out, stretching my body, taking fresh air, having a real change of energy and a change of scene. That's really important. I also have a candle that I light at the beginning and at the end of every session with a client, and I find is really good for like holding the space with me, if that makes sense. So yeah, in between sessions, I love this in particular, which is doTERRA oil. This one I do really like, but anyone, but just like closing off the nostril and breathing in, and just kind of like bringing that senses. It's just amazing. It smells amazing. Also holding stones, holding crystals that you've like charged up, powered up in the full moon. I find that really amazing. Really powerful way to connect me to my power and to my intentions and to the higher powers as well. So this is about really connecting in with the nervous system. In between sessions with my clients, I get outside and I take some breaths, and I come to my body, I come to breathing. Maybe I'm holding a crystal, maybe I'm just having a stretch, but I just do some breathing and softening, because in between sessions I was getting a little bit kind of tighter and tighter and tighter, and then at the end of the day I'd be like, so it's like, okay, so what I do now is I make sure that I'm like unwrapping after each session. I'm just kind of like dropping away and dropping out of that space and closing the session, and yeah, like coming back to myself. So this is all about regulating your nervous system and being clear with your boundaries, being clear with your clients, and the boundaries that you hold together, what you're prepared for, what you're open for, what you're not. Yeah, so that you have like clear spaces where you just get to be yourself. You might even want to just zone out with a book or Netflix or whatever, but there's just this sense of don't spread yourself too thin by doing everything all of the time. So all of the time while you're cooking, you're answering messages, while you're out with your kids, you're taking a call. It's like actually just kind of placing things in gentle compartments so that everything's boundaried means that we can be so much more efficient and more expansive in that space, and we can hold a lot more. Holding more is how we then get to really expand further and further and receive more, be more, hold more, express more, all of the things. So it's really, really amazing and wonderful. So I really encourage you to get your systems in place, set up your boundaries, get yourself some little tools and support in between sessions so that you don't feel overwhelmed, you don't feel burnt out, you feel yourself very steady. And when you do this, you will be surprised at how much you can hold. You will be really surprised when you do these things. Everything gets a lot easier. Whereas when we're just sort of like very jumbly and holding everything all at once, we can feel quite overwhelmed quite quickly. So just learning to hold yourself, and the capacity just can expand and expand as you hold yourself in so much love. And it's holding yourself in love and also listening to your body. And having a reflection at the end of the day. Also at the beginning of the day, I forgot to mention, like having a little list of things that you want to do that are, I must do this today, things that would be lovely to do, and just kind of keeping a gentle list to remind yourself of what you're doing, where you're heading today, where your focus is really, really important. And then at the end of the day, I will again be lighting my whopping sage and just asking for the space to be cleared, ready for tomorrow. I will also quite often write out a list the night before for tomorrow. So I will connect myself in with the next day and just have it all ready, and then I will sort of close the space and say thank you to all the guides, close the door, blow out the candle, close the door, and then that's it, it's done. And I find this to be really very effective in just being able to expand and receive more. And then I get into as well that lovely space of like receiving in my dreams, like receiving in meditation. It just means that I'm open to receive so much more. Whereas if in my human state I'm just crunching more and more down, then I tend to not hear as much from my guides, from the universe. I tend to not really be seeing the signs as much because I'm just getting a little bit too swampy with worky stuff. So yeah, these are the things that have really helped to support me. Also, like having somebody to do your bookkeeping, to do your accounts, or maybe it's somebody to do your cooking, your cleaning, whatever, like getting support in so that you can get on with doing what you're really brilliant at is so brilliant and supportive and helps you to grow and thrive and shine in all of the right places. So it's very juicy. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I wrote down. But yeah, find your way, find your pattern, find your rhythm, the one that works really well for you, and yeah, design it so that it just supports you deeply rather than feeling all scattered and bouncing about all over the place. Because that's not going to serve you in the long run. And if you're looking to get to 6 and 7 figures, then the sooner you can get in systems that will support your expansion, the quicker the expansion will come. Yeah, so how great is that? So yeah, thank you very much for being here. And yeah, as I said, I am fully booked now with my one-to-ones. But I do have a waiting list, and I am able to take one-to-one clients on in May. So if you are feeling like, oh, that actually sounds really juicy and exciting, then do let me know and we can have a chat. Okay, I'm sending you lots of love, and I'm bringing you sunshine as well. There's lots of sunshine here. I hope you've got sunshine where you are as well. Thank you so much for being here. I really so appreciate you. I appreciate all the love and the comments and everything. It's just so beautiful. So I'm really appreciative. Thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful, marvellous, fantastic day. Lots of love.